Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. So, guys, it's take 3, and last night we made a second video, but we had the mic shut off. Not, we didn't shut it off. Somebody shut it off. They've remotely shut off our mic many times, as well as doing other things, hacking into the system. So, we have what was originally reported as a 7.8 earthquake striking near Russia's Kuril Islands. This is in the Kamchatka area. And it was downgraded to a 7.5, and there, as you see here, this was 3 hours ago. They were saying a tsunami threat remains. So far, we haven't seen any damage, although a tsunami of 20 inches was reported that apparently did no major damage and did not cause any injuries. A lot of energy here, though. And as we take a peek, you see this is the big one. And there has been a aftershock after it. The energy from here usually heads towards Alaska, so we would be on the lookout for something large happening in Alaska, or perhaps several smaller ones going off, and then from there usually down into the Pacific Northwest. So we'll keep our eyes open. Right now, if you're looking at the Pacific Northwest, we see some activity over in Washington. We see a lot of activity going on over in California. There's been a lot of activity in Nevada as well, especially over towards the border with California, as we've been talking about some different swarms going on. We do see that there's a swarm going on over here in the geysers area, including one of 4.1, so a pretty decent size there. And then over towards Mammoth Lakes, we also have a swarm going on. And of course, that's a supervolcano area as well. So lots going on. We see China Lake is still active. We have a little bit larger one than typical over in Kansas at 3.3. There's been a lot of activity in Oklahoma with all the fracking going on. And of course, as always, we have a lot of quakes up in Alaska. Curiously, we have a bright fireball over Belgium. And meteorites, they're saying, are possible. This one came in at almost the exact same angle as the one that came into Italian airspace over in New Year's. And that was really curious. You know, it makes you wonder, is there something else bigger out there that's pulling these meteorites in, giving us these fireballs? So we also see we have a new active... excuse me as I scroll on up here, guys. Active earthquake fault discovered near Mount Hood. And this one could trigger a 7.2 quake and devastate everything as far as Portland, Oregon. And of course, we have Cascadia, which is the one that we've been watching, because Cascadia would probably go first. And if Cascadia did go, as it did back in 1700 with a 9.0, which did cause a large tsunami, then you probably would get pretty much at the same time frame the San Andreas going. And we know the Garlock fault is active now after the big Ridgecrest quake. So interesting, definitely interesting times, lots of activity going on. I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know if you guys could. Been up since 4-ish, 3:34 in the morning after going to bed like around midnight. A lot of energies, unusual energies going on. So we have a lot more flooding going on, and this is over in Iran, which has gotten hammered. People on their roofs there. We've seen that a lot. You can see how deep this water is, and it will sweep away anything in its path. And this is responsible for at least 12 fatalities, 17 injuries as well, extensive damage and power outages. And we do also have an Arctic blast going into Europe. And unfortunately, a lot of trees are just flowering, so this could do some damage. And also, you got everybody basically reeling with CV-19 going on as well. So, prayers and well wishes are for everybody over there, as well as over here in the U.S. and really globally. And we will be doing an update shortly on the CV-19, situation, which, when we look at everything, it just seems right now like it's kind of spiraling out of control. So, as always, my friends, thank you for your support. God bless and namaste.